Hello and welcome back to South Coast Busways, where we are here at the ET garage. We've not been back for a while, because I thought it's time we did something around here. We've not touched it in a very long time. There's a lot going on around here towards, generally in the direction of Salisbury. But I still don't quite know how to deal with it, because there's a lot going on, but it's not very dense at all. So maybe it's a lot of really low frequency services and stuff that feed into the railway and our express routes. We have... what is that? That is the X5. Okay. That's one of the fences that goes on the 30s route, running along the X5 for a dead run, which confused me, because the 30s route is way up here. But anywho, yeah, there's a lot going on here. I have no idea what's going on. I have very much have no idea what's going on here in East Grimstead. Let me check OpenStreetMap, see what that is. Naturally, I don't have it open on my laptop. Well, it'll just take me a few seconds to find it. That is East Grimstead, which is near Salisbury, which is down there. And East Grimstead is there. Oh, weird. The entire village has been lost to this blob. It doesn't look like that on OpenStreetMap, but I guess this is just a bit weird. Anyway, right. So, on the menu today is a replacement of the Omni-Cities, I believe they are, that work the 21 that runs between Romsey and Bishopstoke via Eastleigh, and along its corridor a new route 23 that will run up to Winchester. Or will it be the 20? Actually, it'll be the 20. That's schools. School buses are something that I want to do more of. Let's check our route numbers. What do we have? We don't have a Solent Red 20. So yeah, no, the 20 is going to go up to Winchester. It's going to go up to Hursley. And then it's going to follow, what is this, the K7? Yeah. Go up to Hursley, then it's going to follow the K7 in. See, we have a 23 from Romsey already. Okay, so yeah, it's going to be the 20 from Romsey to Winchester, and then the 24 and 25 are going to head up to Stockbridge, where they'll be able to interchange with the 30s, which are the 30, X30 and 31. The 24 is going to run via Timsbury and Michaelmush, Timsbury, Michaelmush and King Somban. Or even Bracefield, Michaelmush. No. Timsbury, Michaelmush and King Somban. The 25 is going to run via Bracefield, Michaelmush and Mottisfont. If you can drive up this way, which I believe you can. Looks like a road. So yes, both routes are going to go through Michaelmush, and probably the 25 is going to be the direct one via King Somban, because that would make sense. 25 is a nicer number than 24. Bracefield is certainly an interesting choice now that I think about it. What does that junction look like? It's a right angle, it's fine. Yep, that's fine. That's absolutely fine. So the 24, 25 probably going to run hourly. The 20 is going to run probably half hourly. And that's going to be that. So, let's get our Solent Red mainline colour. Picking from the Route 1, which has been part of this map for a very long time now. And let's get going. So our first route is going to be the 20. From Romsey to Winchester. Right. Oh, I see. Yeah, that makes sense. Cool. So we're going to come out of Romsey. Just straight out. Yeah. So yeah, post me. If you don't mind. And the 20 is now in place between Romsey and Winchester. Currently taking, or without any timing points, taking 90 minutes to do a return, which is pretty good for a nice, reliable half-hourly frequency, which I'm very happy about. So, yeah, comes up very direct from Romsey through Crambermore and Ampfield, following near enough 21. Then heading up to Hursley, and then into Winchester as direct as humanly possible. I'm not sure how closely it follows the K7. It might break off from it at Pit Roundabout. What are you? That's a K1. That's a K2. That's a K5. That's a K5. That's a K7. Oh yeah, the K7 comes down like this way. So yeah, we don't quite do exactly the same thing, but that means we're useful. So that's good. I will bring you back when we have something to look at with regards to a timetable. And we now have a very quick timetable for the Route 20 between Romsey and Winchester, running up to every half hour during the week and every hour on Sundays. That will run from the ET garage later. So, next is the 24 and 25. So I'm going to start with the 25, which will run through Timsbury, Michaelmush and Kingsonben to get to Stockbridge. In Stockbridge it will terminate at... hang on... finding it. It will terminate at Damebury School. 25. Romsey to Stockbridge. So again, this is going to run via Timsbury, Michaelmush and Kingsonben up to Stockbridge. Now, just up here is, I think, Andover? Yes, just up here is Andover. So maybe in future it gets extended to Andover. Who knows? But let's start at Romsey bus station. We're going to head out this way, seeing as we're heading north. So, post me, if you don't mind. And looking similarly easy for a nice, reliable, half-hourly service is the 25 from Romsey to Stockbridge via Timsbury, Michaelmush and Kingsonben. So as I was building it, I had a little idea, and that little idea was to run the 24 and 25 either interworked on a Sunday or make a new route, like a 25A. No, I'm going to do them interworked on Sunday. Never mind. Yeah. Because I realised that said 25A would basically just be the 24. Because it would be to try and get as much of both routes as possible, and yeah, no, that's not working. But yes, this is going to run every half hour during the week, and every 2 hours on Sunday. The 24 is going to run hourly during the week and every 2 hours on Sundays. So yes, and of course on Sundays they're going to interwork, which means I'm going to need to take a lot of notes. But yes, I'll see you when I have a timetable. So, for now, I'm just going to put in the Monday to Saturday timetable, showing that it's running with at least 3 buses every half hour between Romsey and Stockbridge. So, we'll activate that later, and we will put in the 24, which will run via Bracefield, Michaelmarsh, Mottisfont, Horton, and terminating at Stockbridge. So this is going to be a much more wiggly route, hence why I've given it the slightly less good number. Some people will say, oh, 24 is the better number because it's an even number, but multiples of 5 trump even numbers, guys. Seriously, this is basic autism. What is my life? What is my life? I'm sat here talking about numbers while playing a bus. Siri, don't do YouTube. It causes you to have several crises all at once. It's fine. 24. Romsey to Stockbridge. I bet it's really annoying some of you how sometimes I put spaces either side of the dash and sometimes I don't. The truth is I can never remember which one I actually do. Anyway, yeah, we're going to come out of Romsey like that, and we're going to come up this way, yes, because we're going up to Bracefield. So, yeah, post me, if you don't mind. The 24 is now in place between Romsey and Stockbridge. It's also worked out to a very nice journey time for running hourly, actually. This is not going to run half hourly, this is going to run hourly during the week and every 2 hours on Sundays. And yeah, from Romsey it runs up through Bracefield, Michaelmarsh, Mottisfont, Horton, and terminates in Stockbridge at St Peter's Church. The reason why it terminates there is that the 25, which comes in from this side, terminates over here. So every bus through Stockbridge goes all the way through Stockbridge. That's how that works. Because I'm clever like that. But yeah, this is going to run every hour during the week and every 2 hours on Sunday. So I'll get the timetable done, and I will also do a Sunday timetable for this one, and then after I've showed that off, I will go off and do, in another jump cut, the Sunday timetable that will interwork on the 25. So, a lot of work to do off camera right now. It is 2:20 in the morning. And we now have a timetable for the 24. It turns out that this is so perfect that it doesn't really need to interwork with the 25, and the 25 doesn't really need to run on a Sunday. So, the 24 is going to run on Sundays just by itself. So, those are our 3 new routes, and let's get this ready, and I'll get these routes activated. So it is a Sunday, which means the 25 won't run, but the 20 and 24 will. I did play the game along. I had hoped to do this on a weekday in-game, but alas, it was just taking too while to wind through, and it's currently 2:30 in the morning. So, you know, on the day this video goes live, naturally. But let's head over to the 20, which is here. I will get the X15 done eventually, I promise. Now that we have Alton, I could see what I can do about extending the X15. And, you know, try spelling Portsmouth right, maybe. That would be fun, spelling Portsmouth right. Anyway. Fences. Yes, we are going to be using fences. I don't know if I mentioned that. And the 25. Make sure that that one's fences, and then I'll get them all activated. This wants fences. So, yeah, we're activating the 20, which we do need buses for. We are also going to be replacing the buses on the 21 with fences. No prizes as to where the omni-cities that currently work the 21 are going to go. And then, yeah, buses for the 20, 24 and 25. So, yeah, then they're all going to be Scania Fencers, because, you know, Solent Red, they like the Scanias as much as they're also starting to like their Mercs. But I'll bring you back when we have something more concrete with regards to buses and stuff. So, I've gone ahead and gotten the whole fleet done. This is the last one, SF82, better known to the DVLA, of course, as YJ69SKU. And they start all the way back here with not that esteem, with YJ69SKA, better known to us as National Bus, as SF65. Of course, these being here means that they sit right next to these esteemed, which are Scanias, which means that I can get not that, I can do that, and get that screenshot, which puts the oldest Scania in the fleet. Oh, not the oldest Scania in the fleet, never mind. No, that thumbnail doesn't work anymore. Never mind, I'm sad. I'll do that instead. There we go. But yes, we have these Scanias ready to go on routes 20, 21, 24 and 25 at the Bar End Garage. This is not the Bar End Garage. No, this is the ET Garage. They say BE on them. Ignore. I don't know why I was thinking I was at Bar End. Right, hold on. Let me just make sure that I have everything as it should be. That is ET, ET, ET. Good. So now I'm going to make sure that these all want the SF type. The game crashed, by the way, which is why I might be doing stuff that I've already done. 21, Romsey to Bishopstoke. Oh, these interwork. What do they interwork with? I don't know. I'm now worried. What if it interworks with the 21A? Well, I will leave the 20. I'll leave the 21s and whatnots for now. Good, that works. Nope. Oh no, we did want to be more over that way. Not quite that far, but we did want to be... Oh no, we're about halfway through. It doesn't matter which way I scroll from. Right, edit timetable. And the 25, which only runs during the week. The SF type. Very nice. So yes, I'm going to go shift scheduler for the Eastleigh garage. And see what those 21s actually do. So yes, let's go here, there, and there. Assign drivers this depot. Very nice. Tomorrow. What do the 21s actually do? I don't know. Probably because they're already, like, assigned. Yep. A lot of the Omni-Cities haven't been touched. Oh, it's the 21 and 23 that interwork. I see. So I need to work that out. In the meantime, we will have more fences than we need. But how many more fences than we need? Let's find out. I might do this in a bit of a jump cut and come back when I have the answer to that question. That would be good to keep things snappy, wouldn't it? So, it is now time to join YJ69SKD on its first run of the 20 from Romsey out to Winchester, where we will arrive at 21:02. It's just under an hour each way. And we leave now. Wow, that was really good timing. So, yes, just under an hour each way, and it's got some promise. It has some real promise, because it's a very, you know, Romsey to Winchester. That sounds like the sort of route that would be profitable, and it's a nice direct route that should also be quite fast, which is nice. Because this is sort of, it fills a gap that the trains don't do. The trains, you know, you can't get a direct train from Romsey to Winchester. The track just doesn't exist. So you have to change it to Eastleigh. And at that point, the bus might actually be quicker. So, you know? But we're running up to into Hursley now. There's the other 20 coming down the other way. And yes, it seems to be going quite well. It is a Sunday evening, so I am not expecting it to be particularly busy. But now we're following the K7 and... well, I don't know where the K7 is, but we are inside of a K1. Great. That's not what I intended at all. But this is the main road into Winchester. The K7 doesn't use it, but the K1 and K2 do. So, yeah. And now the 20 does, which is nice. And then we join the big loop around Winchester city centre. And before that gets too far along, I'm going to head across to here. Because we know what Winchester's like, and I'm more interested in the 24. Because it goes through a lot of places that we haven't been through yet. So, this bus, first of all, is completely empty. Which is an interesting turn of events. But we are coming up through the countryside between Mottersfont and Stockbridge, with not long left. There we go, we're no longer completely empty. We are picking up in Horton. So, yes, really quiet. The 24 is really quiet. But now we're terminating at Stockbridge. Nearly called it Stockport. Yeah, terminating at Stockbridge. And now heading back down towards Romsey. And it's completely dead. This does not bode well. I think I put in a route that's a massive flop. We have someone on board at Horton, which is good, I guess. Someone wanted to use the bus. Game is auto-saving, which means it's going to get really laggy for a moment, potentially. But it's still really, really dead. This did not need fences, like, at all. But it's also good to know that that last bus was completely unnecessary. We could have finished this 2 hours earlier, let the driver go home early. Ah well. Anyway, we are coming down through Micklemarsh, and then across to Bracefield, I think it is. I think it's Bracefield. Yes, it is Bracefield. You can see it there. It says Bracefield War Memorial. And we are still completely empty. Something's not right here. And I have no idea what it is. And the game is frozen. Is it in the ugly phase of the autosave? Yes, it was. That's all. When you get to these big saves, the autosaves start to gain an ugly phase. Which is where they just take forever to do literally anything. But now we're coming in towards Romsey. Finally, we're picking up passengers, and we have a decent number on board now. Things do always pick up when you get in towards town. And I suppose this is because it looks like the town services have all but stopped. That this is one of the last chances along this route to get a connecting bus into Southampton, because there's a one there. And now we're heading back to the garage, because that is all she wrote for Sunday. So, as that heads back to the garage, so will I. Real time. There you go. Yeah, so the game crashed, so I had an opportunity to correct all of that. Of course, opportunity to correct means I had to do it again. But, you know, we put a positive spin on it to hide the fact that the game is buggy as all get out. But anywho, that has been it for this week from City Bus Manager on the South Coast. which is now going to make the rest of the intro sound really awkward. As I say, I will see you next week from the South Coast. Bye bye.